Alrighty, I made a promise and it's time to keep it. Today we're going to be having a conversation with this very amazing young lady who is a highly accomplished businesswoman. She's from Plateau State, Nigeria, and she takes immense pride in her Birom heritage for some very weird reason, which is going to explain to us why she's carrying the Birom heritage on her chest the way that she does. Now she's the founder and CEO of Sims Beauty Place, which happens to be an innovative hair brand that has made waves in the hair industry and gained recognition on the global scale. Okay, she studied psychology, then decided to carry the psychology. She studied both. I think she has you have an MSc yeah, in clinical psychology, and then you carried that psychology to use it to get us to, to use our brain so that you'll be selling hairs for us and be fixing our hairs. Started her business in Jos and has expanded it to Abuja, building a very beautiful, big and blossoming brand. Thank you for joining us in the house today.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I feel so good.
You look like you've been drinking a lot of water. Tell me you have, because if you've not, we'll be fighting now.
I have.
You have. Great. Now, I really want to let's start off the conversation with what it was like, growing up. We've seen you build, for those of us who have, we've seen you build Sims Beauty Place from scratch. And it started off by knocking off shops. That's where we start seeing the growth. There's another branch, there's another, before you know it, it's like 3, 4, and then before you know it, like, I'm moving out of this city, I'm in the other city, and next thing you're international. So what was it like growing up before we get to like what you've built?
Okay, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Okay, it's not been easy growing up. Like, there are a lot of challenges that come in life. You meet people, you grow up, you see people that you want to be like, you have mentors, you see people on TV, you want to dress like them, you want to be like them. I'm somebody that I like to have my own. I'm somebody that I like to work for my own, to work for my money. So that is one of the things that pushed me into business. I have done so many business, even from the university. Okay. I have done so many business. I was into fashion designing at some point, but I left it.
You were?
Yes, I was into it. So I left it for hair business. When I started, I now realized that this is my calling. The hair business was my calling. Okay. And I go into it. I think I started in 2016.
Okay.
2016, that was the year I finished my university. Even though I know how to make hair, I do all those things. So I went to learn how to make hair. I went for training to learn how to make hair and go into the hair business properly after school. Okay. During my NYSC, I was doing that. I think I served in Kefi.
Okay.
I was going from Kefi to Jos because I was not even stable because of my business. I was trying to grow my business. I know those times during my NYC, in fact, I didn't really enjoy that, the Gen Z body that people always say that they enjoy their growing up, like in your early 20s, in your early 20s, you're enjoying your life, you go out, you wake up, you sleep. I didn't really get that because I know the sacrifices I made. I know those times that I could stay all night working till 6 a.m. in the morning. Sometimes I will be asking myself, like, seriously, I'm working. Then I used to make, sometimes I will be asking myself, like, seriously, I'm working. Then I used to make braids. People used to come and buy braided wigs. Then it just came in. We started making braids. Little by little, I started going to Lagos to buy hair. I went at night bus to go and buy hair in Lagos, and I will come back, I will sell. That's how I'm trying to like gain customers, gain people to buy from me, advertise. One of my major breakthrough is social media.
Interesting.
Social media was one of my major breakthrough because then I started advertising my business and people were looking at me like, this girl, does she even know what she's doing? But I was getting clients online. I was getting clients from people. People were coming. Then I was in my sister's shop. I was not even having a shop then. when I started.
So when you started, you were staying in your sister's shop, and then you were making those braided wigs. I was
making those braided wigs. I was doing things at my sister's shop just by the corner. In fact, my sister was one of my biggest inspiration because she was somebody that could tolerate a lot of things I was doing. Like I could litter the place, make braids, and do. Customers would come. You understand? I was starting, but my sister was still supportive. You understand? She supported me in my little beginning when I started. Then from there I was able to gather money and I started saving little by little. From there I was able to gather money to get a shop just across the road, close to where she is. And from there I moved after like 1 year. I think like after 1 year I traveled to China. That was in 2019. That was when I started traveling. That was the major breakthrough in my business. Like I started traveling to go and bring hair from China. I started importing hairs. I went into the hair industry with all force and sacrifice. Honestly speaking, like you can't grow in business when you don't invest in it. There's no two ways. I always tell people, like you cannot be lazy. You must sacrifice for it. Then you sit down you'll be reaping the dividends of your hard work.
Eventually.
Yes. Because it's not something that you do. You've already created the name already. So whether you don't post or you post, people still
look for
you. Because you have sacrificed your time, your energy into that thing.
Now, you mentioned sacrificing in your early 20s, having to maybe party, hang out with your friends, do all of those things that your peers were doing.
Yes.
Now that you've built the business, it runs on its own. Basically, you don't always have to be there.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you sometimes wish that I should have done some of these things when I was younger? Or are you like, I'm glad I didn't do them, or there's nothing really in it. It's a great thing that I didn't?
Honestly speaking, with what is happening right now, I think it's better I was busy doing because I think I'm a better person now due to those sacrifices I did when I was in my early 20s. Because it has paid. It's paying now. Because imagine now there are so many young people that will come and meet me. I want to be like, I've been
You've been on this game since 2016.
Yeah, I've been trying to put people into the business, like train them, show them how the business is. I do a lot of trainings. I have trained more than 100 people. I can't even count them. Some of them I don't even remember, but they come to chat me. You understand? So I've trained a lot of people, and there are people that will meet me. They want to learn the business. They want to learn how the hair, the importation. I still put them through. I still teach them. When I say young people like 20, 19, 22, 23, they want to do this thing. They don't just want to sit down and wait for a man to give you. Do you know what it means when you have your money? When you want to eat fish, you go and buy fish. When you want to, anything you want to do in life.
Well, that's some of the things. Was it the fish thing? And trust me, I'm asking this question from a place I think you understand where I'm asking it from. Was it one of the things that made you think, Omo, it's time to get my own money? Or
That's one of the biggest motivation, because me, I don't like to ask. I don't like to wait for someone to give me money. I work hard for my money. And I want a better future for my children. Because from where I'm coming from, we were just okay. My family background were okay. So I want to be better. And I want my children to have the best in life. I wouldn't want them to go through the same thing. I want them to go to a better school, better university, better life. So definitely, I would not want to be in that kind of situation.
Yeah, understood. Now, if I want to get into the business now, how much would you say, put this amount of money, X and X amount of money, and maybe with that you can start, and with work? Say the least.
Hair business is capital intensive. That's one. But another thing that you need to understand is that people sell online even without having the item at their possession. All you need to do is to advertise your item. We have a wholesale group which people register with us, and we post pictures. They buy on wholesale. We have a wholesale group. People post and they get people.
So more like drop shipping.
Yes, more like drop shipping. People drop ship.
Just for information's sake, drop shipping is when you don't necessarily have to see the product, have the product.
Yes.
You're just the middle. You're like the middleman between the wholesaler and the person that wants to buy.
Yeah.
So you advertise and then they buy through you and you make your profits. And you have
Yes.
people that you say you train
Yes,
to do
people,
that.
they do that. I can count numbers of them that do that, and today they can be able to boast that they are importing.
What's the story that stands out for you? The one that you're like, I love that I was part of this person's success story. The one that stands out.
Okay. And there are people that, okay, a particular person, you want me to mention some names?
No, you don't have to mention a name. Just tell me about the individual.
Okay, there is one lady that recently asked me, there are a lot of them, but let me just, maybe there's one lady that recently asked me into, like, she wants to learn the business, and I put her through, and she's doing very well. This lady is doing very well. And one thing about me is I don't like lazy people. If you are lazy, you're not my friend. Even my workers, they know. If you're a lazy person, you're not my friend, because I feel you should be trying to make it in life. Don't just relax. You understand? As a lady, you have to make your own money. You have to make your own money. You have to be able to provide some things for yourself. You also have to help the home. If you're married, it's not about the husband doing everything. You understand? This society has gone beyond that. As a woman, you want to wear good clothes. Like me, I love fashion. I love fashion a lot. So I know I love good things. So you love good things, you have to work for it.
Where did that inspiration come from? Like, I don't want to be a woman that receives. I mean, we come from a part of the world where you're indoctrinated to wait to take as a woman and not aspire to be too much. It's like women are raised to be like, don't have too much. If not, you're going to scare the men away. You know, you should not. Where did the inspiration to be like, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about taking care of me.
So my mom is somebody that always want to sell something. She's business oriented. Like, she loves to sell something. She's a business kind of person. And my family, my entire sisters, my siblings, we are all into business. So why are you going to relax when everybody in your house is into business? You understand? Everybody, I see how they do it and I see how successful they are. So definitely there is motivation, yes.
Yeah.
Because I know when I was in primary school, then my mom used to do most of the things for us, because she also worked in that school, but she does business. So at that time, like, we were privileged to have things that other people don't have, not because we have so much, but because my mom was hardworking. Like, she's hardworking. She always wants to do business. Till now, my mom is still doing business. She's still selling one thing or the other. She's like that. She cannot sit.
You mentioned how this is capital intensive, and you also mentioned how it's time intensive.
Yes.
Has it affected your personal life in any way, or your relationship life in any way? Like, you've paid so much attention to business that you didn't take out time to build relationships.
Okay. That's, I can't, it gives, you have to invest your time. That's the honest truth, because even when I go out sometimes with my friends or my family, we go out to sit down and maybe gist or relax. I love tea a lot, so I normally used to go and take Arabian tea. So I love tea a lot. So anytime we go out, sometimes I'm lost in a conversation on a table because I am busy on my phone. Either I'm posting or I'm doing something. So most of the times when I'm in a relationship or when I'm with somebody, they always tend to complain. I'm usually absent-minded with my phone. I'm not really chatting with anybody, but mostly it's business. It's business. I am always alert to reply your messages, because I'm the one handling most of my social medias.
Is there a reason why you're not contracting that to someone else to do, especially now that we know that you can afford to? You cannot say you can't afford social media
manager.
No,
it's not like I cannot, but I'm just looking at you. The way you manage your business is not how people manage your business. Somebody can be managing your business and the person might not be relating well to the customer, maybe persuading the customer to buy. That's another thing, because you have to persuade your customers to buy. Forget the fact that Sims is a brand that is known, but we really need to be known like everywhere.
So
that's
there's
why we're
always more to
aspiring.
do.
There's more to do.
It's ahead. You're
Yes.
conquering more.
Yes.
You traveled to, I think, 3 countries last year for
Yes.
business trips.
Yes.
What was that like on your health?
It was not easy. In fact, I just thank God that I'm a very strong person, because I was sick at some point. But when I traveled, the last trip I went to, I think, was it Vietnam, China? When I went to Vietnam, China, I was okay. I was fine. Before the trip was when I was sick.
Okay.
Because I went to the hospital and nothing is wrong with you. It's just stress. You need to rest. You need to sleep. You need to eat well. So those are the challenges that I have.
How do you find a balance? 'Cause you that I know you're a workaholic. Is there a time you call yourself to order and be like, okay, I need to take a break and prioritize other things?
I don't even have the time. That's the problem. That's one of my major problem. I sleep 4 a.m., 5 a.m. almost every day of my life. So I'm trying to see how I'm going to balance it. I sleep almost every day. Sometimes I sleep 6 a.m. in the morning. Either I'm posting, I'm attending to customers, or I'm doing something online.
And it's business related.
It's business. I can't be chatting with somebody that will keep me for the whole night. What are we discussing?
And if you're going to mentor someone, I like to say this when I see people, prioritizing only one part of their lives over the rest. If you had a daughter now and she was walking in the same line and she was ignoring every other part of her life and she was focusing only on work, what would you ask her to do?
No, I'll tell her to create time for herself, because it's not easy. Health-wise, there are things that you can't do, like the sleep. What I do is that I sleep late. Sometimes I sleep till maybe 9. Sometimes I wake up at 10. I try to balance it, but now I'm trying to work on it so that I can get somebody that will be managing some of the things. You have to delegate. You have to give other people to manage some of the things. It's not like I don't have workers. I have workers a lot, but I have to delegate and give other people so that they can be able to manage my social media account, that it will not be affecting my sales. Because on a normal day, I know how much I make every day. So if there's lapses, I will know that there's problem.
What are some of the challenges that you faced? Like, when was the time you looked at your business and thought, am I sure I don't want to fold this business? This one has hit me. This one don't pass by power. Like, what is going on? What was the most challenging time?
There are those my trips I travel. Sometimes they are so stressful. People might look at you and say, you're traveling international, you're traveling on a plane, you're enjoying. I don't see it. Somebody like me, I can never get used to plane, never get used to flying, because that's one of I have phobia. So I don't even like it. But imagine me, I'm always on the road, flying, doing stuff like that. It's not easy. At some point, in fact, there was this dollar rate that we were having issues with dollar rate. Like, you could imagine that there are some goods that you paid money and later you are paying over for it. I was depressed. In fact, I almost removed my CV. I said, what?
Like,
I
you
went
wanted to go and look for a job.
Yes,
I mean, you have a master's degree.
Yes, I have a master's in clinical. So what am I doing? Why won't I go and look for a job? Like, I said, it's like, let me just go and look for a job 9 to 5. I know I'm done from the office. I know I'm done. Business is not easy. Anybody that tells you that business is easy is lying. It's better you work in the office, because business is not easy. Business does not have time. That's the problem with business. Business does not have time. When you work in the office, you have time to close. Weekends, you don't go to work. But business, you work round the clock. Even on Sundays, you work. So, where is the time? There's no time.
But then it pays.
It pays. But the stress, the challenges sometimes is not easy. And sometimes when somebody buys something, and maybe the person, because we have different kinds of customer. There are customers that will come to give you trouble. That is how you will begin to ask yourself, is this person sent? Is this person really, does the person really want to buy? or did the person, I think this person is sent, because there are customers that will give you headache, like they will give you headache.
What are some of the situations that have happened and you're like, no, you have to be a witch to have been sent to give you this amount of share?
Yes.
Give me one example. Give me gist of one of the customers.
I can't. There are plenty. There are customers that will come and buy hair. Maybe, probably, they buy the hair, or maybe you send to them. The customer will tell you that I don't want to even stretch the hair. He wants to pick it from the back, the way it is, and wear it. Who does that? You know, when a hair travels as far as maybe from Abuja to another country or to another state, you are supposed to arrange that hair. You cannot collect a hair and decide that I'm going to wear it like that. It doesn't happen like that. And like I was saying on my page, I was talking about how you maintain hair. The way you maintain hair in Abuja is different from the way you maintain hair in Jos.
Sorry? For real?
Yes. Because Jos is cold.
Abuja is cold.
So your wig might not be messy like the way it is in Abuja. Abuja, I wear my wig 3 weeks. If I wear a wig for like, maybe I'm wearing that wig for 3 weeks consecutively without changing, I will notice that I need to treat that wig.
Treat?
Yes.
So give us some tips. Give us some tips for people living ladies living in Abuja.
Okay, you have to know that even if you're under AC, when you go out, the weather is hot, and your wig tangles behind your neck. That's one of the
irrespective of the quality of the wig.
Irrespective of the quality, because of the weather, and it absorbs a lot of heat. So when somebody brings his hair for revamping and you want to wash it, you'll be amazed.
The amount of dirt.
Yes. But people don't understand that part. They just feel, some of them will even go and apply something. Like I have a customer that bought a hair and applied something. The hair became sticky. I was
by
like, no.
By something you mean what?
No, that there are some things that they will oil. Maybe somebody buys a very good hair and he will go and apply a normal serum. Maybe a normal olive serum. That one that is very sticky, and the person will not tell you that, why is the hair not flying? Why is the hair not, you understand? Why is it not giving? But the truth is that you went and applied something
that is making it not give.
It's making it not to give. And you bring it on your vendor. There is one challenge I had. I sent a hair to Enugu to one lady. Maybe she's even listening, I don't know. But I sent a hair to Enugu. The hair I gave the delivery guy. The guy took the hair. He did not collect the number from the pack. He now came back and I was now calling him. The next day he had to go and collect the number. But the problem is that the lady was traveling. The lady began to threaten me. You will send my money. And it's not one hair, she bought like 3. So sister, where am I going to get the money to give you? You bought a hair.
The money has already gone back into the business.
Yes. So where do you want me to get the hair? The lady said, if I don't get my hair by 9 p.m., you are refunding me my money. And I've already sent hair. So if I refund you now and you collected the hair now, I don't know the person. Yeah. So I lost 2.
Yeah.
I will lose my money and I will lose my hair because the information is your name that is on it and everything.
Yeah. So it belongs to you.
It belongs to her already. I've already sent the hair. But she said that, please, I should say that she's giving me. I'm not the one driving. I'm not the driver. You understand? That's what I said. Anything can happen on the road. Car can spoil. Anything can happen. When you send an item, you can't give it a time that you want the item to arrive to you. I now called my rider. I was calling my rider, was begging him that he should go there. In fact, I was calling one of my friends that is an Air Force officer that please, maybe she will send some people that will help me so that maybe I will go and talk to them at the park because I would enough. The driver's number was not going at some point. I was frustrated. This lady was saying a lot of things. This business, but forget it.
How did you settle it? Did she eventually get her hair?
She got it in the morning when she was leaving. I was the one that still apologized to her. I said sorry for all the delay. That's what we go through in business. Honestly, that's what we go through in business. Sometimes you meet some people that just want to rip you off. Like they're just waiting for you to make a mistake. They will now want to use it against you.
Now, you mentioned good hair. You said no matter the quality of the hair, you can have very good hair and you use certain products on them.
Yes.
What can we call good hair? because we hear a lot of things. I remember asking you one day, I said,
yes,
this Chinese bone straight they are shouting that is happening, Chinese bone straight, assistant bone straight look alike. What is it? What are the different variations of hair in the real sense of it?
Vietnam hair, you can't compare their bone straight. They are the boss when it comes to bone straight. When I said boss, I mean boss, because they are specialized in that aspect. They are very good at bone straight, and I don't even compromise that, because their bone straight comes with a lot of density, and that is the difference between a Chinese hair and a Vietnam hair. It's the obvious difference.
How long can I wear a Chinese hair for?
Can I wear it for a lifetime? That's one thing with Chinese hair. Some of them, when you get a good one, yes, when you get a good one, the quality is good.
How will I know a good one?
You by seeing it now. When you see the picture, you know.
No, it's true, because most times you're buying these things
when you're burning them. The problem is that it's not every vendor that will allow you to burn the hair before you, because you can burn the hair and know. When it's melting, it's not a good hair. When it's burning, it's hair, just like your hair.
So if I come to you and I decide to burn hair, would you let me burn it?
That is the problem. I won't let you. But when you see a good hair, you should know a good hair. You know, we're on the radio. Maybe if it's something I will illustrate, maybe I could have shown you how a good hair looks, the difference between the two. But they can follow my page. They can check my page and see. I've been doing that for you to know the differences between. It's not like Chinese hair are not good. They have different categories. You know, China, they produce everything. So if you want for the small money, they produce. If you want for the big money, they produce.
But you've said one time, this is one of your quotes, you said, good hair is not cheap and cheap hair is not good.
Exactly. Good hairs are not cheap. That's why Vietnam hairs are very expensive. Cambodian hair are very on a high level. So you can't compare the two together. You can't compare the two together because Vietnam hair has density. The luxury looks, the density, like a Vietnam bounce, when you see it and a Chinese bounce, you know the difference. Because Chinese hair are usually lighter. It's just like, okay, everybody has his texture of hair. Chinese people have their texture of hair. Vietnamese people have their texture of hair.
And this hair is the actual hair. It's their actual hair that is to cut. It's not horse hair.
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to get into that. Now I wanted to ask, you said Vietnamese, Cambodian hair. Those are like the top dogs when it comes to hairs. What
Filipinos too.
Filipino hair as well. If I want a budget to buy, a good hair of those Filipino, Cambodian, Vietnamese kind of hair, where should my budget start?
Okay, if like you want to buy a bone straight, you can buy a bone straight. You should know that it's 100 plus. That's for a short length, like maybe 8, 10. For a short length, you can get around that
price.
Yes, around that price. But if you want to get a luxury bounce hair, you know that you should be talking about 200, 300, 400, 500. Yeah,
I've seen hairs for as expensive as 1 million, 2 million naira.
Yes.
Price of land.
Yeah.
So the hair, my question is, when you're spending that much money on hair, you still need to treat the hair.
Exactly. That's what people don't understand.
So
it's just like you now. Are you not a beautiful girl? You're a very beautiful girl, but you need to shower every day. And you need to wear good clothes.
What?
Yes. It's just like that. When you buy something expensive, you say that you buy a luxury car, then you will not wash it. Do people buy cars for hundreds of millions and they will not wash it?
So the luxury hairs are just luxury hairs.
They are luxury hairs. When people see them, they know they are luxury, and it can last for a lifetime when you get a good one. But the problem is that you have to treat it. You have to maintain it, because you can carry a luxury and people will be looking at you like a mad person.
Is there a way to use blends and still look, treat them and take care of them and they will still look okay?
Yes, but the problem with blend is that it will not last. It will not last as long as you want, because people want to be with people. They want to eat their cake. They want to have it. They want to buy blend for like 20,000, for like 30,000, maybe 30 inches, and they expect it to last like the one you buy 100,000. It doesn't work. Hairs are in category. When you're buying, you know the amount that you're spending. That is how the hair will last. That's what I always tell people. Just people need to be enlightened, because from the beginning when this hair blend came in, People did not understand. Somebody will buy hair from you, you tell him that, okay, this hair is blend, he will buy it. He will still go back tomorrow and complain and still tell you that this hair is bad. They will even want to even drag you on social media and tell people that you are selling bad hair. But after you've told them that, okay, this hair that you're buying is blend, it's not going to last for as long as you want it. You understand? But some people will still go ahead and say, okay, let me still complain. Because do you
advise people to just close their eye and just buy the expensive one and rest, or they should continue buying
they should close their eyes? For me, I don't sell blend. They should close their eyes and buy. I used to sell blend, but I stopped because I just feel I should just go on a good hair. Because you can still get a good hair, a short good hair, for 50,000 that are single drawn. You can still get them, maybe short length. I will always advise people, it's better you buy than to buy 20 blend. It's better you buy one good hair.
Thank you very much, Simi of Sims Beauty Place. This has been such an interesting conversation. I still have like so many more questions. I do hope that when we call you again to come into the studio, you would come, and this time around you would tell us the different categories of super double drawn, Indian hair, Peruvian. You tell us the differences and you give us another beautiful class. This was very, very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for listening to VOP Lifestyle 360. Of course, our programs continue. News at 6 comes up at 6. In between, I'm going to give you top 3 job creation books you should read. And why? Binge read on these books while I move in over sweetie again. Stay with me and don't go anywhere.